That working?
Trying to restart it. That's all I can think of doing. It won't get out of airplane mode. Why? Is it whenever you go in airplane mode?
Okay, Domingo, it's 7:03. We are set.
All right. We're ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. On June 26, 2020, the governor of Illinois issued a statewide disaster declaration related to public health concerns. As head of this body, I am determined that an in-person meeting or a meeting otherwise conducted in accordance with the Open Meetings Act is neither practical nor prudent because of the disaster. This meeting will be conducted by internet teleconference without the physical presence of a quorum. Prior to the commencement of this meeting, all members of this body were verified and can see and hear one another. I further find that the physical presence of members of the public is not feasible at this meeting due to the disaster, and more specifically, the practical difficulties associated with accommodating the public in an accessible, hygienic location that allows for appropriate social distancing. Alternative arrangements have been made to allow the public to contemporaneously hear all discussion and roll call votes live on the city's official website, on Facebook, and via Zoom teleconference. Notice of these arrangements have been given in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. The public may address this body consistent with the rules previously adopted and recorded and is adopted by mayoral order. Alderman Bill Farnwell, a member of this body, is physically present at our regular meeting. All votes shall be conducted by roll call, and a verbatim record of this meeting shall be made and maintained in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. And with that, I call this meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. City Clerk, could I have roll call, please?
Sure. Clinker.
Here.
Clinker here. Steve-O.
Here.
Steve-O here. Johnson.
Here.
Johnson here. Alexander.
Here.
Alexander here. Bellato.
Here.
Bellato here. Cositas. Cositas absent. Rita.
Here.
Rita here. Donahue.
Here.
Donahue here. Hawley.
Here.
Hawley here. Farnwell.
Here.
Farnwell here. Hill.
Here.
Hill here. Mack. Mack absent. Carr.
Here.
Carr here. Zillman.
Here.
Zillman here. 12 present, Your Honor.
Thank you. We move on to number 4 of the agenda, presentation of general proceedings. I'll need a motion and a second to approve the city council minutes for the dates of December the 8th and December the 15th, 2020.
Alderman Carr, I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Who's the second?
Alderman
Hill.
All right. Thank you, Alderman Hill. Roll call, please.
Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Rita.
December 8th, aye. December 15th, abstain.
How'd you like to do that, Carrie?
Pardon me?
How would we like to do that? She wants to split her vote.
I don't know if she would probably abstaining because she was not at the meeting. That's
Right, but there's two
Correct.
sets
then why don't we just do 2 roll calls then, one for December 8th. You can treat this first one as December 8th, and then we'll roll call again as December 15th. That
I'm
way
sorry.
there won't be any confusion.
So for
All right. Go ahead.
So for December 8th, Nancy, what was your vote?
Aye.
December 8th is aye. Okay. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill,
Aye.
Hill, aye. Carr,
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman,
Aye.
Zillman, aye. 12 ayes for December 8th.
All right, we'll need a roll call
Just ask
for the
for
next, for
another,
December 15th.
A
Yes.
motion,
So we need a roll call
Motion.
for December the 15th.
you need another motion, Mayor, just to have a clear record.
Need a motion and a second for December the 15th, acceptance of the adjournment proceedings.
I'll make a motion. Alderman Carr.
Thank you. Alderman Hill, will you do the second?
Yes. Alderman
All
Hill,
right, thank
second.
Thank you very much. Roll call, please.
Clanker,
Aye.
Clanker, aye. Steve-O,
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson,
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander,
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato,
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Rita,
Abstain.
Rita abstain. Donahue,
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Hawley,
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell,
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill,
Aye.
Hill, aye. Carr,
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman.
Aye.
Zillman, aye. And Mike Meck is in the room now. Doing minutes. Mike,
Sorry about that. My phone was blowing up with residents of Block 37. Sorry I was late.
so you want to vote on the minutes of 12:15?
Aye. Thank you.
Meck, aye. 13 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Mr. Clerk, we move on to number 5. Could you read the public comment?
Yeah, I would like to say one thing first. So I'm looking at this picture of, well, he's gone now, but Bill Farnwell is not at City Hall. I believe it's Candace Carr.
Okay. All right. Then they switched it on me. All right. That's fine.
It's actually Alderman Hawley.
Okay.
Oh,
They
okay.
switched it on me again.
See, that's switching on me too. Okay.
All right. All right. We move forward. All right.
Okay.
Public comment.
So public comment shall be by email only. Persons interested in making public comment must email their public comment to rhoiser@cityblueisland.org by January 12, 2021 at 6 p.m. Emailed public comments received will be read during the public comment portion of the meeting by City Clerk Randy Hoiser.
Any?
Got 2.
Go ahead.
The Vault Entertainment Group at 13057 Western Avenue, Blue Island, Illinois, 60406-2418. Are we going to continue to ignore the fact that this establishment blatantly ignores all COVID mitigations in place? They have ignored the order since day one. There has already been news reports on this business not following CDC guidelines. The report was on CBS News on July 14, 2020. Just in case anyone has forgotten the report, here you go. And there was a link that I can't show, but there have been numerous police calls to this establishment for the fighting, public safety, overcrowding, shots fired, guns found in vehicles, drugs, etc. We have vehicles leaving the area traveling at high rates of speed, people hanging out of their vehicles and traveling the wrong way down major streets. And we talk about New Year's Eve 2020. Hundreds of people gathered, fighting on Vermont. Cars going the wrong way, shots fired in the lot, cars blocking busy intersections, people leaving the Vault's parking lot, driving down Vermont, shooting fireworks out the window of their vehicle. Police were called to the establishment numerous times. Come on. Facebook posts from concerned citizens almost getting hit by vehicles, getting erased or reported. The large window on Vermont with a bullet hole in the center. Why? The city of Blue Island pulled their liquor license and they were forced to close on 2 occasions due to violating city guidelines. If I'm not mistaken, all for the license to be returned with no other consequences. Every other bar in this town in Illinois have been forced to close while the bars stay open. While this bar stays open with 0 consequences. Why? And then he or she attached the video through Google Drive taken inside on December 31st. It was Snapchat hotspot, as well as a video taken outside by another resident. There's flyers attached for parties planned with dates posted on them. I was able to get these photos from the Vault's Facebook page, the Vault's party promoters pages, and Snapchat. Sincerely, a concerned citizen of Blue Island. Then there's a public comment from Carol DePace Green. For 9 consecutive months, face masks, gloves, hand sanitizer, food, household items, gift cards, and toys have been distributed. Thank you to our January 9th Together Blue Island Strong donors and volunteers for distributing face masks, hand sanitizer, and food at Eisenhower High School no questions asked, via no contact drive-through. They include Maria Almasan, James Amato, Nick Baez, Marisol Barrera, Alice Collins, Cook County Health Blue Island and Robbins, Cook County Reusable Face Mask from the City of Blue Island, Caitlin Davies, Angelo Green, Mason Johnson, Marcia Lee, Kelly and Don Lorenzen, Nancy Madrigal, Patty Maroney, Abel Mata, Gabriel McGee, Charlotte Mitchell Brown, Bella Reyes, Luis Settlemeyer, Alex Smith, Victoria Torres, Jesse Walsh, 2 missionaries from Utah, Anna Wassener from the Blue Island Public Library for newsletters, Blue Island Zoning Board Chair Kimberly Byrne, Blue Island City Attorney Kerry Horvath, Blue Island Alderman Dexter Johnson, Blue Island Alderman Alan Stevo, Blue Island Mayor Domingo Vargas. Our next Together Blue Island Strong event will be February 2021. Everyone remains welcome to volunteer, donate, pick up items, or request special delivery.
Is that it?
That's all I have.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We move on to number 6, report of city officials under the mayor's business, mayor's announcements. Number 1 is a reminder to everyone, we are still in tier 3 of the mitigation with the governor's recommended orders. From my understanding, there might be some movement, some changes as soon as the 15th of this month. So we'll have to wait and see regarding that. What are the new conditions, if any, on the 15th of January? As a reminder, Collins Street, I've made a notation that the City of Blue Island, in partnership with the Cook County, will be resurfacing and repairing Collins Street this spring. So that's for FYI. Additionally, we received notice within after the beginning of the year, that the Division Street project from 119th Street south to 123rd Street, where there's right now really no pavements, all heavy traffic for trucks, that is moving forward. The county will be funding a great, if not all of that engineering, and that will start very soon. Again, we applaud the staff, our city staff, Mr. Miller, and working with the county for giving us or getting us that grant money for that Division Street project from 119th Street south to 123rd. Let me make this thing, the Western Avenue Bridge. If you've driven it, the southbound lanes are pretty much done. There's still some fencing or guards that need to go up in some of the sidewalks, and we'll know within the next 2 to 3 weeks whether they'll be opening up the southbound lanes and then transferring everything over to that side. Hopefully you've had an opportunity, not only the elected officials, but also the residents, to review our streetscape for 119th Street, from 119th Street to 135th Street on Western Avenue, and give us any comments, feedback regarding that. Again, what Mr. Pace-Green mentioned about the food and the mask giveaway, it was a big success. A lot of people there were assisting, and went really fast within an hour, helping our residents who are in need, and I applaud all of you. Within the next couple of weeks, we'll be doing a review of everything that's happened in 2020 as a message from my office to all of you. We can't forget January the 18th, 2021 is Martin Luther King Day. And I think it's a day of service, and I request then, and hopefully will inspire everybody to do some service on that day, on Martin Luther King's birthday. So again, that's January the 18th on Monday. And we do have an inauguration date on January the 20th. We will be vigilant, and I guess a lot of you have heard, as well as I have, about some possible risks. The FBI has contacted all law enforcement, including ours, about some possible threats at state capitals, also courthouses and governmental buildings. So we'll be vigilant regarding that. With that, Mr. City Clerk, any business?
No business.
Any bids?
No bids.
We're moving on to City Treasurer's business, the monthly Treasurer's report. I'll need a motion and a second for that. Anybody?
Donahue moves to approve.
All right. Do we have a second?
Zilmo second.
Alderman Hill.
All right. Alderman Zillman seconds. If no questions, roll call, please.
Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
No.
Johnson, no. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman.
Aye.
Zillman, aye. 12 ayes and 1 no, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Move on to approval of inter-fund transfers from unrestricted and restricted accounts. I need a motion and a second. And if there's no any questions.
I move. I got
Donahue
a
moves
question.
to approve.
All right.
I'll second and I have a
Who's the second?
question.
Farnwell, second.
Go ahead.
Just was curious, there's a nearly $700,000 miscellaneous item, which is certainly welcome, but I'm curious what it is.
Topeka?
It's
I don't
it's
know.
probably the CARES Act money.
It is. It's the CARES Act money that was,
Got it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Does that answer your question? Hopefully.
It does. Thank you.
All right. I guess we'll need a roll call on that.
Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
No.
Steve-O, no. Johnson.
No.
Johnson, no. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman.
Aye.
Zillman, aye. 11 ayes and 2 noes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Next, we move to, I guess it's approved budget transfer request for 2020. Is this just a listing or what is that? Do you know?
Topeka?
Yes, that's an FYI for the committee. The finance
Okay.
committee asked me to share all the budget transfers that we did throughout the year as a transparency item for the committee as we close 2020.
Got it. So we don't need a motion for that. It's just an FYI, correct?
Yes, those actions have already been executed.
All right. Thank you. And the next one's the cash collection receipt report. Nothing. And then treasurer's announcements. City attorney, any business?
Thank you, Mayor. There's just one item, and we just received today from WOW a proposal to renew the lease of the property that they presently lease for storage of their equipment it's on the same property where the Public Works building is located at 3153 Wyerton Road.
Okay.
They proposed a 19-year renewal. I'd like to know which committee I should send it to. I was going to send it to Finance, but should I send it to another committee as well for consideration?
Unless you want to send it to Judiciary.
Okay, that's fine. It's just, they proposed 19 years, so I'll send it to both committees so that I will send the old lease along with the one-page letter proposing the renewal terms. The lease just recently expired in the middle of November of last year, so they're asking to renew it for 19 years. So I'll send it to Alderman Rita as chair of the Judiciary and Alderman Donahue as chair of Finance. And if either of the committees have any questions, I'll be happy to try and answer them, okay?
All right. Thank you, Council. Anything else?
That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. We move on to committee reports, Community Development Committee.
The only resolution I have here, I think it just went straight to council, was the resolution to renew the Class 6B real estate assessment for 2960 Wyerton Road, Fiber Drum Sales Incorporated. It's resolution number 2020-050.
Sorry, Alderman Bellato, this from Mark Miller. This went to finance yesterday, but we approved this 2 years ago originally, and the county never had a copy of the resolution. So this is just a cleanup to clean up the county file for them. So when they went to go get the actual tax break, they didn't have a resolution from us. So Mark brought it back again from 2 years ago.
Okay. So do we need a
That's what
motion
happened
and a
with this.
second?
Yeah, we need a motion in a second.
Yes.
Are they, do we have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Thank you. If no questions, I'll need a roll call.
Who's the second? Johnson was the first with the motion.
Holly.
Holly was.
Tom Holly.
Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman.
Aye.
Zillman, aye. 13 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Anything else?
That's it for community
Alderman-
development.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you very
That's
much.
it.
Finance Committee?
Thank you, Your Honor. 2 items before us. First is a motion for approval of payroll first for December the 24th, and it's in the amount of $351,969.92. And then January the 8th, 2021 for $423,176.91. I'd like to make a
So
motion.
you make the motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second it, Alderman Rita.
All right. If no questions, I need a roll call.
Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O.
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Rita.
Aye.
Rita, aye. Donahue.
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill.
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman.
Aye.
Zillman, aye. 13 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Next, I'd like to make a motion for approval of the accounts payable for January the 13th, 2021. It's in the amount of $631,966.19.
So you got a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second Alderman Carr.
All right. Any questions? If not, roll
On the
call.
question for Bellato.
Go ahead.
We never approved the transfers to fund many of these line items. I know engineering and legal are the ones. We talked about this at the Finance Committee last month. I came in late yesterday. I was going to bring this up yesterday, but we never approved at City Council the transfer on the agenda. So I would suggest voting no and do the transfers properly so the council knows money is being moved into an account and it can agree on moving the money into the account. Right now, we're paying for several items that are not funded in the line items. So I'm voting no unless we can quickly remove those items and pay the rest of the accounts payable. But I asked specifically, the committee asked specifically in December to have line items on the agenda. The corporate authority needs to, by budget ordinance, approve the transfers, and we haven't done that yet. The committees are just recommendations.
I'll second it, Alderman Rita.
Is that the motion and second?
So what's the motion?
I want to remove what's out of range for what's in the line items, but if we can't do that, then I want to hold on paying the accounts payable until we can properly move money into the funds like I've been asking. And a few other aldermen have been asking finance since November's meeting, I think it was.
Which items would you like removed? Maybe that would be helpful, and then you can.
I want to remove anything that's exceeded the line item in our budget.
Well,
Just like the exact thing I asked for, and Attorney Horvath, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You participated in the meeting. I have the line items in front of me, but there were several: engineering, legal. There was a few other small minor ones, but I think that the money's not there for. I don't want to pay for it till the money's.
legal had a positive balance of 25,399.41. That was just for one of the accounts for legal. All of the other legal accounts had positive balances, except for, I believe it was medical claims, auto physical damage, and then there were some negative balances for water billing, advertising and marketing, professional consulting. I have no idea what that was for, but I don't know. And then there were some items under engineering and special projects. But if there aren't things on this current payable that are subject to negative balances, the payables can be approved.
Then so I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion to hold accounts payable if the money is not there to pay it. So wherever moved around, and Topeka can probably figure this out tomorrow, just like I asked at Finance Committee back in November. If the money's not there, I don't want to pay accounts payable until the money is actually in the accounts. So I'm not asking for the whole thing to be held up. I'm asking specifically for any line item that's exceeded those bills.
That's what I'm suggesting, is that you identify those line items so that they could be removed and the rest of the bills could be submitted for payment. I mean, you're just saying don't pay any of the bills for the city, which is not an appropriate type of motion.
So if I may state this, we are at the end of our fiscal year, our calendar year, our fiscal year. And at this point, we actually have two options. We can either move the funds or we can leave them. I actually am recommending that we leave the accounts the way that they are for the very reason that we're building the appropriations for next year. We can know exactly how much was spent in the prior year. This is why I brought the budget transfer discussion back to us back in December, so that we can essentially clean that out. But at this point, I'm ready to close 2020 and move on to 2021. So I think that the management decision that needs to be made here, because there's not a lot of lines in there that are negative. It's probably 2 or 3 at the most, and they're not material. The one that's mainly material is our professional consulting line, and that one we just definitely did not appropriate enough for that one. But I would not recommend pulling our entire accounts payable because most of those lines have funds loaded on them.
So both you misunderstood me. I didn't say pull the whole amount unless we cannot designate what it is over. I want to clarify, transfers that were included in the packet were not approved by City Council. They were only approved by a recommendation from Finance Committee. So that $75,000 has not been transferred yet, or should not have been transferred till the council approved it.
$75,000 for what?
I did not transfer any additional funds outside of the budget transfers that I brought to the committee that was approved. I didn't move any other money.
But that's what I'm talking about. That stuff was never sent to City Council to approve. That was my whole item back in November. That stuff has to go to City Council to approve. It cannot just come from the committee. We don't have that kind of authority. It has to be the City Council approving the budget transfer.
The City Council can approve the accounts payable if there are specific items on the accounts payable that can be identified as being over budget. They can be removed, but it is not an advisable nor legal process to just move not to pay $631,966 in bills because of some amorphous suggestion that something on this account payable might be over budget, because you have not identified that. That motion is improper at this point in time.
Then I'll simplify it.
There was a motion and a second to pay the accounts payable.
Then
You have now stepped in and said
Does
you
the
don't
council-
want to pay
does
them.
the
You should
council
probably just
understand what
vote
I'm
no
saying?
at this point in time, but it is not an appropriate motion with respect to the accounts payable, aside from the fact that you also have the Prompt Payment Act that you're confronted with as a municipality. You can't just not pay $631,000 in bills. That's not
All right.
wise
So
nor
what I'm
Yeah,
saying is,
and-
what I
and-
asked for
yeah,
at finance was that we follow procedures, and the council, the general corporate authority, has the authority and it is the only authority to move money over. And we have not done that. We have
Well,
not moved any move over officially through city council. It was just
you want
recommendations.
to identify what needs to be moved and have a vote on that, you can do that. But that is entirely separate from approving your accounts payable. That is a totally different subject. Your motion is not on the agenda. The subject of your motion is not on the agenda. The accounts payable are on the agenda. If you think it's inappropriate to pay them, then you can vote no, but you should not just, it's, the motion is really a motion that's out of order. If
I'm
you
not
want
going to
identify
argue,
items
attorney.
that
I'm
need
not
to
going to
be
argue.
moved,
I'll just vote no. And, but
done.
I don't think you're hearing me, and I hope the council can hear me, that we've asked several times in finance for the transfers to go to city council, for the council to approve. That did not happen. So I'm going to vote no on accounts payable. And I'll end the
So
argument.
Alderman Bellato, if I may, so that agenda item that we just spoke on, that was all the budget transfers that occurred this year.
But we
the
didn't
one
vote
that we
on
spoke
anything.
about
It's just a
earlier.
recommendation.
Well,
Well-
those were all of the transfers, though. That's what I did, exactly what you asked me to do. That's literally every single transfer that we've done this year. I compiled them into one packet and sent it over.
All right. We
So
didn't
that
vote on
was
anything, though.
everything.
We did not vote
This
on
is
anything.
Alderman
Alderman
Carr.
Rita, why
Can
didn't we
we have-
vote on it then?
Excuse me, could I have roll call, please? I need it.
This is Alderman Carr. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Under the treasurer's report, number 2, is that the interfund transfers that we're talking about?
No.
No.
No, that is not.
Oh, number 3, I'm sorry. 3,
Yes, and we didn't vote on
approved
it.
budget transfers?
You know what? If we had a treasurer present, maybe he could address this.
Yes, Alderman Carr, yes, that 700,000 is to cover for the payables.
Okay. Why wasn't that just brought to a vote under treasurer's business?
I agree.
Well-
This is Alderman
Well, where
Rita.
the hell is the treasurer?
We're asking you, Mayor.
That's what I like to know. Where the hell is he?
Mayor, it has nothing to do with the motion on the floor here.
But still, this is
Still
his
what? Keep
area.
politics off the city council agenda, please, Mr. Trump. Keep it out of the city hall, okay? We're talking about what's
I didn't know I was compared to Trump.
politics here.
What?
All
You know
right,
what? I'm
well,
not going to get into it. Go ahead.
The approved budget transfer request for 2020, it's on the agenda. We've all had it for the same amount of time as we've had everything else we voted on. Can I make a motion to approve the budget transfers that were requested in 2020 by the finance committee? And that would end it.
Motion
That
and
would be
second.
appropriate. That would be appropriate.
I'll
if
second
that's
that.
something you would like to do,
All right.
yes.
I'll
We
second.
got a
it.
motion by Alderman Hawley, second by Alderman Farnwell. Roll call, please.
Blinker,
All right, just to clear, what's this on? This is to approve the budget transfers?
Yes.
item number
Okay.
3 on the city treasurer.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, because I agree with Alderman Bellato. This is the way we should have done it all along, so I'm going to say aye.
No,
Clinker, aye.
it would be no.
Steve-O,
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson,
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander,
No.
Alexander, no. Bellato,
No.
Bellato, no. Rita,
No.
Rita, no. Donahue,
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Hawley,
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell,
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill,
No.
Hill, no. Mack,
Aye.
Mack, aye. Carr,
No.
Carr, no. Zillman,
No.
Zillman, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Domingo,
Aye.
Vargas, aye. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ayes.
Motion carries. Now you can go back to the item on the agenda with respect to payables.
So we had a motion by Donahue to pay, second by Carr.
May I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
On, on page 10, bottom of the page, there's an item from Montana and Welch, $5,040, and the detail says general ordinance and resolutions and Ravens Place. It's kind of broad, and I don't know. I know they're supposed to be our legislative council. I'm not quite sure what role they would have played in that regard with regards to Ravens Place, so I don't understand what their bill is for.
I will say this, Alderman, this is Kerry Horvath. I will say this, they were requested to sit on the city council with respect to the hearing that was conducted in November concerning the business license suspension. So with respect to Ravens Place, I can only speak to that. But they were requested to do that, and
why were they requested?
Because as city attorneys, we had prosecuted the case, myself and Wesley Kennedy.
Okay.
And we could not, in good faith or ethically, then sit and advise the city council as well, since we had acted to prosecute the case.
Okay, thank you. That helps.
Alderman Steve, I have a question, please.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's for Topeka. Topeka?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, thank you. Is there a line item on this accounts payable for Ackerman LLC?
I don't remember seeing Ackerman.
No, I don't think so.
I don't remember seeing Ackerman though.
Was that bill paid?
I actually reached out to Mr. Acosta. I talked to him at the end of the year, and I asked him to send over like a written testimony for the report that he presented to the council. I don't remember when that was, whenever he came to speak to us, because I think that was the main issue why his billing was being held up. And so he said he would get something over to me, but I haven't received anything yet. So
thank you, Topeka. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And he did call me and followed up a little bit for more information for the final report. So I would imagine that would be forthcoming.
Mayor, I moved the previous question.
Well, on the final, I have a question. There's still line items in here that are over, even with the transfers, so I'm still gonna vote no, because they were still over, so.
So we got a motion and we got a second. Roll call, please.
Clinker.
Can I ask, I'm sorry, I gotta ask a question here. So Topeka, I'm gonna ask you and or Attorney Horvath, with approving these budget transfers that we just did, does that bring this, is everything that's in this accounts payable, is there money in each fund is what I'm asking? Or is it?
Yeah, so those budget transfers are the ones that we discussed throughout the year.
Right, I know that.
I didn't present any new ones, so those ones I already executed.
Okay, so what I'm asking is, what I'm asking was with the approval that we approved of those tonight, with the full council's approval, does that fund each of those funds that there's money coming out of it in tonight's account payable? Or is there funds that still have a negative balance in tonight's accounts payable?
The only one that I know of for sure that has a negative balance is going to be our professional consulting line. That's the one where our CPA firm and our auditing firm is being paid out of. All the other line items are positive.
Okay, so is there an invoice for Dave Meyer's firm? I don't have the thing in front of me.
There is. Yes, yeah, there is an invoice in there for Wormer and Rogers, yes.
So if we have a negative amount in that, I agree that we should not pay them until we get that budget transferred. So I'm going to vote no to approving this, unless we can remove that one. I don't know how this works.
You would move to remove the Wormer Rogers Duran invoice for $22,566 from the payables and approve the payables without that amount, which would bring it to $609,000, $609,400.19.
Okay, if that's the only one that's out of line, that doesn't have the funds in it, I'll make that motion.
All right, do I have a second?
Second, Farnwell.
Thank you. If no other questions, roll call.
Clinker,
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O,
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson,
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander,
I just want to make a statement. If we do not receive the expenses and the revenues to know what line items are in the negative for the next accounts payable, they will not be passed in finance until the right procedure is done. But I'm going to vote yes for this payables.
Alexander, aye.
Alderman Alexander, this particular motion is just to remove that one item that I mentioned earlier from the accounts payable. And then the accounts payable will then be presented to you for consideration.
Okay, Bellato,
I'm still gonna vote no. I'm not happy with the way it went down, and I want everything moved to city council per line item, so everything's nice and clear going forward, like I asked at the last finance. Thank you.
Bellato, no. Rita,
I vote no as well. I think that the finance committee needs to have the appropriation in front of them with the expenditures and the, when they're making these.
But we're not voting on all the
Okay.
payables right now.
Well,
Members of the council, at this point, you're only voting, I believe it was Alderman Clinker made a motion to remove the one item, the $22,566 item
Dave Myers?
for Wormer, Rogers, Duran, and Ruzan. So that's what you're voting on at this point in time. So I believe Alderman Clinker may have voted aye. I don't know, Alderman Steve-O, I believe, voted aye. I don't know who was next in line.
Johnson.
Johnson, I believe, voted aye. And then Alderman Alexander voted no, but I tried to explain to her she was, or voted aye, I'm sorry.
Correct.
And then we got to Alderman Bellato, and if you don't want to remove it, you don't have to, Alderman Bellato, but you just voted no to not remove it. And the same thing.
I realize I voted no. I was gonna vote no because I don't think that's not satisfying what I want, but I see your point of clarification. You're just voting on the removal of that one bill. So
That is correct at this point in time. That is what the motion on the
you can
floor
leave
is.
mine as no, but I'm pretty sure it'll pass. I'm not dying on this cross.
And then Rita was a no. Donahue,
I'm an aye.
Donahue, aye. Holly,
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell,
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill,
No.
Hill, no. Mac,
Aye.
Mac, aye. Carr,
Randy, can you unmute Candace?
she was,
okay.
I didn't do it. I don't see her being.
Yeah, it looks like she's dropped off.
She dropped off, yeah.
Yeah.
Cars, I'm just gonna say absent. And Zillman,
Aye.
Zillman, aye.
You would show Carr at this point as an absent.
Right. I in the minutes, what I've been doing is putting asterisk connectivity issues on those. Oh, here she's back.
She's back. Okay.
So that motion is it passes.
Correct.
So now the appropriate motion would be to adopt the accounts payable as amended, which is $609,400.19.
Need a
Mayor, I
motion
would
and a
like to make
second?
that motion. Alderman Donahue will
Thank-
make that motion.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a second?
Holly,
Thank you very much. Roll call, please.
Clinker,
Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O,
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson,
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander,
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato,
Again, I just want to clarify, we're over budget on line items. We're not giving the data and the information as timely as we need it. I'm still voting no in principle.
Bellato, no. Rita,
Aye.
Rita, aye. Donahue,
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Holly,
aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell,
If I were to vote no on principle, I'd vote no against every single payables because Montana and Welch is in there, but I know we have to pay them, so I do. Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill,
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mac,
Aye.
Mac, aye. Carr,
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman,
Aye.
Zillman, aye. 12 ayes and 1 no, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Anything else, Alderman?
No, that's all I got. The next Finance Committee meeting will be January the 25th at 6 p.m. Via Zoom. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Public Health and Safety Committee.
Excuse me, no report. Our next meeting's next Tuesday, the 19th at 6 p.m. on Zoom.
All right, thank you. Any Municipal Services Committee?
No report. Our next meeting is February the 9th at 6 o'clock.
All right, thank you. Judiciary Committee?
No report. Our next meeting is next Tuesday, January 19th at 7 p.m.
Thank you. Any Aldermanic announcements or comments?
Yes, this is Alderman Hill. Mayor, did you get any idea what the date and time going to be for the groundbreaking for 119th event?
Yeah, and the staff is working on it right now. You'll probably hear about it, an actual date maybe as early as tomorrow. They're still trying to get confirmation by tomorrow, hopefully. So you'll get some kind of notice before the end of the week.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this is Alderman Johnson. I would
Yes,
like
sir.
to thank, I'd like to thank Blue Island Strong Organization for the food giveaway and mask and hand sanitizer. Went very well. I want to just thank all the volunteers who, came out and helped feed and support a much needy thing. Thank you.
Alderman, I want to thank you for letting me go and pick it up along with you. So it's an experience, thank you.
If I could, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to just
Yes.
mention
Go ahead.
that all the aldermen have been given 100 face masks through the Cook County to the city. So anybody who is in need of face masks, we all, at least I have some, I'm sure a lot of you have them, contact your alderman and you get some face masks.
And thank you, Alderman, for reminding me again. You can pick them up at City Hall, at the clerk's office, at the building department, at the police station, at the golf course, to name a few. So thank you again for reminding me. Thank you. Anything else? If not, I'll need a motion for adjournment.
John, to make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Alderman Hill.
Thank you. I'll need a roll call, please.
Sure. Clinker.
Aye. Aye.
Clinker, aye. Steve-O,
Aye.
Steve-O, aye. Johnson,
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander,
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
No on principle.
Bellato, no.
Proud of me.
Rita,
Aye.
Rita, aye. Donahue,
Aye.
Donahue, aye. Holly,
In support of Alderman Bellato, no.
Holly, no. Farnwell,
I usually agree with Tom, but I'll vote aye.
Farnwell, aye. Hill,
Aye.
Hill, aye. Mac,
Aye.
Mac, aye. Carr,
Aye.
Carr, aye. Zillman,
Aye.
Zillman, aye. 11 ayes, Your Honor.
On a serious note, Alderman, I will keep you informed regarding January 20th. If we receive any intelligence information other than regarding the security or safety of not only of our residents, but of surrounding, I will inform you as soon as I get it.